Oh God, no! What? 7? That can't be right! I am a mature adult!
Kane Carter, developer of the Five Nights at Freddy's fan game Popgoes, recently made a big mistake. In a reply to Twitter user Springs, he publicly called out the YouTuber Markiplier for failing to acknowledge the Fazbear fanverse. When Markiplier responded with a logical explanation, Kane Carter doubled down and switched into fight or flight mode. He blocked multiple users who criticized him and defended his actions despite there being little reason to do so. This caused most of the community to turn on him and mock his behavior. Despite Kane being in the wrong, the way the community responded to him, by digging up old drama, painting him as a monster, and driving him to suicidal thoughts, was nothing short of ridiculous, and everyone who did this should be ashamed of themselves. As with the Lady Fizzy and Illumix controversies, this situation follows the community's trend of dunking on authority figures because they do something that isn't popular opinion. It's especially telling that Kane Carter has found himself in the hot seat, seeing as he and the community once joined forces against controversial FNaF tuber Theft King, who was vocal against the fanverse and told Kane he'd, quote, burn for all eternity. Kinda ironic, don't you think? But I'm not here to open that can of worms again. Today I'd like to talk about the Five Nights at Freddy's community and their insistence on policing every member to defend their reputation, or more accurately, their fragile egos. How far will they go to get a little bit of clout? And why is their quote-unquote moral high ground just entitlement redefined? Join me right here, right now on Awesomegamerdude as I address these argumentative keyboard warriors and their chronic hunger to make themselves look good by correcting everyone else. What's up, FNaF fans, and happy Pride Month! Today I'm expressing my frustration of the overall Five Nights at Freddy's community, which has become so childish that they'll throw a fit every time something doesn't go their way. As always, if you enjoy, administer a like, sub, all that jazz. And Kane Carter, if you happen to find this video, I did read your post about locking your Twitter account. I'm really sorry you've been put through the ringer, but if you're not in the right mental state to take criticism, then you need to get off the internet and seek help. This place is full of people who are going to beat you down senselessly, and the more you take things personally, the more you validate their efforts. You can write a 10-paragraph essay trying to defend yourself, but they won't care, and you shouldn't either. That apology you put out should have been enough to clear your name, but you know as well as I do that it'll never be enough for them. I wish you the best, and I hope that the community comes to their senses and apologizes back to you someday. So with that said, let's begin. Good God, what has happened to the Five Nights at Freddy's community? Does anyone else miss the days where the biggest grievance was JJ being slightly out of her box in Ultimate Custom Night? I do, but I guess I'm in the minority because there's so many people in this godforsaken fandom that are looking for a reason to start drama. Actually, I should rephrase that. They're always looking for someone unlikable to step out of line so that they can dunk on them and destroy that person's reputation further. Whether that be MatPat, Theft King, Lady Fizzy, and now Kane Carter, the guns are always primed and ready to fire. I'm not going to deny that these individuals are deserving of criticism, looking at you, Fizzy. However, I don't think some objectively bad decisions justify treating them like they're criminals that deserve the death sentence. In Kane Carter's own words, please stop assuming that what I say and what I am is this exaggerated, awful, abusive, racist, transphobic, egotistical, aggressive caricature. I am none of these things. Don't put me on a pedestal. I straight up can't live up to the expectations that have been thrust onto me as a person. I am still just a dude. I have no company, no PR team, and I don't even have a job. I think what Kane meant to say is have some empathy, for God's sake. I mean, geez, this community automatically assumes people with a bad history always have harmful intentions. Newsflash, not everyone is pure evil. Also, and this should be common sense at this point, what makes you think you've got the right to interfere with someone else's business? The punishments dealt to Fizzy, MatPat, Junachrome, and Kane Carter, among other controversial figures in the community, were accomplished by interfering with someone's life. Let me ask this to the people who violated those rights. How would you like to be under constant surveillance and not be able to make your own decisions? Do you even think that these people have lives outside their platform that will be affected because of your decision? Why is it your responsibility to control their life and decide what they do or say? I can understand if they were public figures who get paid for every appearance they make and are endorsed by universal utilities, but we're talking about regular people who are having their lives sensationalized, even if they don't want it. And for what? What is this all for? Is it all about getting some recognition for your actions to validate yourself? Is it about cleaning up the community because you don't think it's good enough? Any way you look at it, these actions are objectively self-centered. In my opinion, this notion of it being justice is just a cover-up for what it really is: bullying. And if you're someone who enjoys looking down on a person and wish harm upon them, then you should take my earlier advice for Kane Carter and seek help. That kind of mentality is very harmful towards yourself and others. But what do I know, right? I'm just some loudmouth who doesn't compare to the bunch of echo chambers telling you what you want to hear. At least one good thing came out of your efforts. The community is finally waking up. There's been a lot of comments criticizing the antagonistic nature of the Five Nights at Freddy's community. I especially love this one from Five Nights at Candy's creator Emil Mako. Quote, "It is baffling that some of you believe that you know, quote, his true self, quote, from a tweet against someone like me who has known him for over 5 years. Learn to realize that a real person sitting at the other end of the screen, not for the sake of their feelings, but because most real people aren't cartoon villains or Nazis. I vote we petition Twitter and Reddit to add a requirement that only people above the mental age of 7 can create an account, because we need more rational thinkers like Emil on these platforms. It's absolutely ridiculous that it took Scott's retirement, Fizzy's banishment, and tons of controversies for the Five Nights at Freddy's community to entertain the notion that maybe they were also part of the problem. I know nothing is gonna come of this. The people I'm criticizing in this video have already disliked, left a nasty comment, and clicked off. No one will care in a matter of days, and we'll just move on to the next bit of Five Nights at Freddy's news, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Imagine if this is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Imagine those who start drama get no recognition and their whining flies under the radar. I think we can start on this path by, first off, not harassing anyone featured in this video. I'll say this once: don't attack Kane or anyone else mentioned because they're human and make mistakes. We can also start looking at these people not as influencers, but as Kane said, regular people who are not on a pedestal. Finally, we can hold people accountable to a point and consider the context of the situation and whether or not they meant any harm. I think by doing some of these things, we can foster a more positive community, one where people can't use surveillance as a means of control, and one where everyone is free to be themselves without fear. Of course, there are limits to expression when it involves hurting someone, but it should be that person's responsibility to speak up towards the proper authorities and spread the word on their aggressor. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, but regardless, a community should bring people in, not throw people out. And right now, the fandom is sending a hostile message out to the public. We will accept you as long as you agree with popular opinion, rat out anyone who's controversial, and say nothing but positivity about our franchise and its members. And at that point, what is the point of even joining? I'll leave you with this. Freddy Fazbear's is founded on the principles of fantasy and fun. But where's the fun in being a part of a community that ties a noose around your neck the moment you join and is ready to tug at it the moment you slip up?
Ah! Good God! It's hideous. But beautiful in an ugly way. But mostly hideous. Ugh.
But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I'm not above listening to others, so if you feel there's a particular aspect of this video that was disrespectful or straight up false, please respectfully note it in the comments. Just know that if your comment is full of anger, there is less of a chance I will give you the benefit of the doubt. You are not obligated to like this video, and I understand it may be upsetting for some people, but do try to maintain a level of decency, please. So, what do you think? Is there too much policing going on? How can we improve for the foreseeable future? How has my video impacted you or not impacted you? Tell me in the comments below. Anyway, I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I sincerely hope you have a great day. Till next time, this has been Awesomegamerdude, over and out.